Good morning. So, my name is Whitney King, and in the spirit of April being Financial Literacy Month, I wanted to share something with you that I found this morning. So, this conversation is going to be a little bit on interest scores. So, I found this tool on myfico.com that I want to share with you for a second. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. So here we have what's called a loan savings calculator. And when it comes to preparing to make a purchase, whether it be a home or a vehicle, it's very important to make sure that you have a credit score you desire, which of course your credit score impacts your FICO score. And if you want more information about that, give me a call, send me an inbox, and we can talk about it. So I'm going to walk you through this loan savings calculator to give you an idea of something. So I've ran into people that have said, oh, I've already made a purchase, I'm good, or already have my credit work done or whatever, and they'll be at the minimum of 620. Number one, I want us to stop thinking in the minimum. Why are you okay with just 620 when you could really put a little bit more work in and go on and get into those sevens or those eights? Like, you want your credit score as high as possible before you make a huge purchase, such as a home or a vehicle. And I'm going to show you why with this loan savings calculator. So here, you're going to select the type of loan. So first, I'm going to go through a home purchase. Here you have an example of either a 30-year fixed or a 15-year fixed. So I'm going to go with 30 because that's what people typically do. Then here you want to go to the state you live in. For our example, of course, I'm going to go with Virginia because that's where I am. Now, your loan principal, that means the amount of the purchase, okay, the flat rate amount, not taking into account interest or any of that, your principal amount. So here I'm going to just say $300,000. That'll get you a decent sized home here in Virginia Beach, and probably bigger in other parts of the state, but I digress. So I'm going to put in 300,000 here, and here I'm going to just enter your range of your FICO. So you have 620 to 639, 640 to 659, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so here I'm going to enter that. Now, if you take a look at how these scores changed, you will see, first of all, your interest rate, if your FICO score is between 760 to 850, your interest rate is going to be only 3.8. So your monthly payment is going to be about 1404. First of all, we know some people pay that in rent. And I don't want anyone to feel bad about that. We have people beating us down because we're renting. But if it takes you renting for a little bit until you're able to get those scores where you want them to be before you make a purchase, you do that. Because once you make a purchase, such as a home, that's it. No do-overs unless you're able to get out of it. But I want you to really look at the difference in the total interest that will be paid based on these FICO scores. So again, that goes back to people who, are saying, oh, I've met the minimum requirements of 620. Look at 620. If your FICO score is between 620 to 639, your interest rate jumps to 5.4. A lot of people will say, oh, that's only a 2% difference. Look how much of a difference that 2% equates to, okay, between, the other numbers. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money. I don't care if it was $5. I want my money. So at the bottom, it gives you a little breakdown as well about if your score changes, you could save an extra XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. So now I'm going to do an example of an auto loan. And I'm going to go to used because who buys new cars? Again, Virginia. And let's say the used car we're going for, let's just say 20K. Okay. And I'm going to throw that FICO in there. Okay. So here, let me play with another number. Let's play with the numbers a little bit. All right, so here we're looking at the interest rates, or what we're seeing change here. So let's say you bought a used car for 35K, and look at how the interest rate jumps. So it's not going to give us the total interest paid and the monthly payment on this loan calculator right here. But what I really want to bring your attention to is the interest rates. So just from that, from a 720 FICO score, you have now, you're at about 5% interest. But look down at 620, 9.5. So based on the previous example I gave you, you can imagine how much of a difference that would be, that you would be paying in interest over the long term, and how much you could possibly save if you just took a little moment to really work on your credit, invest, save a little bit so that you have something to put down, things of that nature. Again, the point of this conversation was really to get you to take a look at interest rates and the difference of it. It does make a difference. Again, I really want us in general, overall, to stop thinking in the short term and start thinking in the long term, and stop thinking at the minimum. You deserve the maximum. Do not be okay with accepting the minimum score, because a lot of these lenders do not care about your long-term goals. They just want to get you in a loan. So if all you're okay with is having a 620 so that you can get this loan, then they're going to take that and they're going to charge you all of this interest and all of this stuff over the long term that you could have been saving had you just been a little patient, done a little work, done a little research, so that you're able to make the best purchase possible. Okay, so if you have any questions about that tool I use, again, that's on myfico.com. Feel free to play around on that website if you wish. If you want to have a conversation about what it looks like to start preparing your credit, give me a phone call and we can look into that. If you want to get into some financial planning and budgeting, give me a call and we can discuss that. Okay, I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy Financial Literacy Month. Bye. Happy saving.